She's been coming all the way through when we've been going into trance.
Mm.
Sitting on middle of Phewa Lake in Nepal, in Pokhara, and it's a magical lake. And I'm sitting on a boat in the middle of the lake,
Mm-hmm.
and all the creatures are oversized, big butterflies, there's big birds. But I'm aware of a portal going down, down, down into the lake, but I'm not scared. And I'm sitting in the center of the lake on a boat,
Mm-hmm.
aware that it goes down, 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 but I'm also aware it goes up, up, up.
Mm.
And to my right hand side is this. You asked where it was. I'm sitting, so she's behind me to my right,
Mm-hmm.
coming in now. She looks like a butterfly, but also more butterfly fairy coming in. It's not angelic, it's butterfly. And a very, very, very beautiful wings.
Sounds wonderful.
I'm surrounded by more and more butterflies.
Mm.
Yeah, I've been to this lake. I had them when I first met.
Mm. What did you say the name of the lake is?
Phewa Lake. It's Phewa.
Mm. Sounds wonderful. So this beautiful winged being, does she have a name? You ask her what she's called? Or what
Eloise.
you...
She's telling me she's come to connect me with my elemental self.
With your elemental self. And I didn't catch her name, sorry.
Eloise.
Eloise. Uh-huh. Beautiful. So she's connecting you with your elemental self. And I wonder if she can tell you more about your elemental self.
She's telling me I was a water nymph.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
And we lived on the lily pads in the high mountains of the Himalaya.
Mm. And how did you spend your days as a water nymph?
Worked with the vibration of the high mountain lakes.
Mm-hmm.
And we worked on vibrations so we could tune it to the mountains and tune it to the waters that were further down on these lower lakes,
Mm-hmm.
which is where I am now.
Beautiful. So just allowing yourself to become, for a moment, that beautiful water nymph. And become aware of your body as the water nymph.
Got the most delicate, delicate feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at my wings. I like the colour of a mermaid's tail, my wings.
Mm-hmm.
Blues and greens, and you can see through them. They're very, very big, but very, very light.
Mm.
Mm. I've got something on the top of me, but I'm more aware of my teeny weeny little feet.
Mm-hmm.
I have hands.
Uh-huh.
I'm just going to look in the water to see what I look like.
Mm. Good idea.
I've got big, big blue eyes that slant to the corners.
Mm-hmm.
I've got something on my head that's blue.
Mm-hmm.
There's the colour is blue. It's like the colour of a trout as well.
Mm-hmm.
Trout colour. That's what I know. It's trout colour. It's silver, and I can't describe it any more than trout colour.
Mm-hmm.
I wear these big, big blue eyes that slant to the corners.
Mm. So how far can you see with those beautiful eyes?
I can pick up all sorts of things in the mountains. I can see. I'm looking up, and I can see amazing detail on the Himalaya,
Mm-hmm.
and I can smell water.
You can smell water. Mm.
Each lake has a different smell.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on what life is in the water, and it's up to me to bring life to the water.
How do you bring life to the water?
I use all my senses.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm smelling now, I can smell it. I can hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I can taste it. There's some saltwater lakes up there still.
Mm-hmm.
I can taste them. I can taste them on my lips. Oh, beautiful little lips. Teeny weeny again. They're really well defined.
Mm-hmm.
Little love heart. Yeah.
Beautiful. And what name can we call you?
Vestida.
Say again?
Vestida.
Vestida.
No, Vestida.
Vestida. Thank you. So Vestida, what else is there for you to know about this space, this dimension? What else does Naomi need to know?
She travels on. She has wings. But the wings are sometimes too tired to move, and so she jumps onto the backs of many of the insects and the birds that live around Phewa Lake. Phewa Lake is a portal. It's a portal between dimensions. And it's quite emotional.
Mm-hmm.
She brought me and come to that place to meet because it's a dimension. And when we were there, when we first met, everything was oversized, and we were in this magic land, and we were brought to this portal. And she's telling me that we experienced like elemental life when we first met. So we went in to meet all the elementals and all the beings that we were meant to meet in our married life. They were all there, she said.
Beautiful.
Now she's talking about the night we met. There were these juncaries, the fireflies,
Mm-hmm.
and they sent us both messages. Very emotional, she's telling me, and she's crying.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and she's telling me that the fireflies sent light codes to both of us.
How beautiful.
Want to be awakened in our married life.
Mm. Wonderful.
And there's a bird waiting to take me somewhere.
Okay.
Lake spinning.
Let's thank Festida for coming forward and know that you can connect with her at any time. And I wonder where the bird wants to take you next.
But there's another aspect of me still sitting, a man sitting in the middle of Phewa Lake.
Ah.
And I'm still in the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And the water is going into like a whirlpool. And I'm both of these two people at the same time. I'm Festida, and I'm also this guy on the boat. And this boat is becoming... I'm looking at him now, and he's got robes on.
Mm-hmm.
Baton, and he's in the whirlpool. He wants to take me on a journey, so we're on this whirlpool. The lake is beginning in a whirlpool.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a wind above me with this bird. The bird is going round in circles.
Mm-hmm.
Like a vortex is being created. And I'm on the boat in the middle of this vortex between things. So what it's happening is it's becoming like an hourglass. And the vortex is on me. So the vortex, I'm in the tiny bit of the sand hourglass. And that's me in the center of this hourglass. The vortex is spinning above and the lake is spinning underneath me, but the boat is staying still.
Amazing.
Just aware of like a reflection, but as I look in the reflection, the person in the boat, it's becoming a reflection of the person in the boat, and they're expanding and expanding and expanding the mirror, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm a Tibetan monk, and I'm just getting out of the boat. I can see I've got yellow shoes on, and I'm walking on the water. So it's spinning, but it's like a glass top. So I'm getting out of the boat onto this glass top. The water's spinning, but myself is the lake now. So I have become the lake. As I look in the water, it's become me. The bird is coming down and sitting on my left shoulder.
And do you have a name for the monk?
But I have a name for the bird. Its name is E-Drake.
E-Drake. With an E or an I?
E.
Okay. I wonder what the name of the monk is. Sorry?
Toshana.
Oshima.
Toshana.
Toshana. Okay. And so I wonder why Toshana has brought you here. Does he have a message for you?
We're walking off the lake. This bird is a pelican.
Ah. E-Drake the pelican. Mm. I wonder what dimension E-Drake is.
His 10th dimension.
10th. And where does Edrake live?
In the portals above the Himalaya.
In the portal. Beautiful. And is Edrake of collective consciousness or individual consciousness?
He's the spokesperson for the consciousness.
And what is his role? Like in working with the portal, what's the role of the collective consciousness?
It's something about what he has in his pelican throat. Something. He's got something in that. At the moment, he has fish for our journey, and he has water so we can walk amongst the Himalaya. So he's with me this time. So I have food and water to walk the Himalaya.
Okay.
We've got to go high into the mountains. And my yellow shoes are quite important. They're yellow shoes that take you, so you don't put your feet on the ground. They help you to levitate and hover.
Yeah.
I've got bits of yellow on my body, on my clothes. I can feel it. It's quite rough, and I've got like a square hat on my head. It's square, but it comes over. It's warm. It's got flaps over my ears. And I've got like maroon coloured. Maroon, a dark maroon. And they're quite heavy cloaks. They're cloaks down me, I can feel.
Beautiful.
It's quite cold.
And what's your name?
Toshima.
Toshima. I must have lost my brain this morning. So are we going to go to the Himalayas or?
Yeah, there is a pathway.
Ah, beautiful.
And something that the pelican is doing is that where there's snow, there isn't snow. It's like it's a combination of my shoes and this pelican that is making the path. It's like a golden path, and there's snow everywhere. But where we are walking, there's little tiny flowers along the pathway. It's a very narrow pathway, and it's very, very cold. The air smells cold, but I'm not cold. I'm doing something with my fingertips again. My thumbs. It's a combination of what we can do. So my thumbs, I'm pushing forward, and from my fingertips and my thumbs, the snow is melting. So go through and it's melting. Pelican's not any weight on my shoulder. It's the cloaks that are quite heavy from my shoulder. But there's lots of birds above us. Lots of birds are swarming around above us, and they are. It's a part of the consciousness that they're like way showers. They show you the way of the path and light it, and and it's quite dark, and the path is a light. So it's a light and it's alive, the pathway.
So the beings that Edrake represents are all pelicans?
No, they're birds. It's bird consciousness.
So are they different types of birds?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay. Beautiful.
they all carry the same vibration, and they
Yeah.
all work together.
Beautiful.
And as soon as I have the pelican on my shoulder, I am the same vibration. I become bird-like.
Uh-huh.
I know that I am in the same consciousness as them.
So just take a moment to become aware of your wings.
My wing,
Your wings.
I haven't got wings.
As the bird consciousness, become aware of the wings. Eloise was showing you the wings as the water nymph.
You're right, I have wings at the back of me. I didn't know. Just felt them, they're there. I do have wings. Yeah.
What do these wings, how do these wings support you?
Well, that's
Amy.
levitating me. That's what's making me levitate. I wasn't aware of that. I was just aware of my yellow shoes, but actually it's the wings that are making me levitate across the ground with the yellow shoes.
And I wonder if these wings can be useful to Naomi.
Of course they can. She has the same wings, but she is part of the bird consciousness, and she knows that at some level. But many birds have been coming to her to talk to her, to tell her the way as way showers.
Beautiful. And let's continue on our journey.
I'm aware of a doorway in a mountain. And in this mountain, there's secret knowledge. There are many books. There are many scrolls. Yeah, I can see it in the distance. Being told that a bird is coming to give us the key. There's a bird coming with the key.
Wonderful.
I have like a yellow sash on my side, and that's going to do something to open it as well. Oh, the sash has come. It's left my waist and it's gone ahead, like flying.
Yeah.
To the door. And the bird that is coming is a bluebird. And the bluebird it looks like a cartoon bluebird. This cartoon bluebird has worked with Naomi as a reflexologist.
And how do you help?
The sash has gone over the door, and there's a bluebird with the key, but it feels like you have to, it's like become like a seal over the door, and only I'm allowed to break the seal. And so I need to cut it. I need to cut the seal with some scissors that are on another sash on my left-hand side. And on the other left-hand side, it's like an oil lamp. So there's a pair of scissors and there's an oil lamp on my left-hand side from another sash.
It's good you've come prepared.
Open the door and there's, I've cut the door open and there's it's a huge, huge room, and there are more oil lamps in there. And on the table is a jug of oil to light all the oil lamps because otherwise everything's dark. So I have to light my one first. So there's a long candle, and there's a fire already burning in there. There's a fire that's always burning, just a flame that's always burning. But I need to use the taper from the, it's like it's always burning. It's got a smell. It's a smell in there as well. I'm not sure the smell. It's quite a pure, it's like a candle smell, but it's a, it smells like rose. It's very sweet, it's a lovely smell, but the candle, the smell is overpowering. It's a candle, but it smells of rose. The smell is quite important to remember, the smell of rose. So I light my candle, and then I put it onto, I take the lamp from my waist and I put that on the table. It's more like a, it's got like a cloth on it. It's more like an altar, but it's like some sort of ritual that I need to do. So I take it from my waist and put my lamp on the table, and then the birds are bringing all the other lamps on the table. They're putting them on there, and then between us we're lighting all the lamps together. So we've lit them, and then the birds are taking them to different parts of this. I think it's a cave. It feels like a cave. It's cold, and it's got, you smell it. It's the dampness of a cave, that smell of a cave. But the birds are taking them off. So it's like we are working together, me and the birds work together. And they're taking them to, so the cave is now a light, this dark space. It is a cave now, I can see it. It's very, very big. And they're lighting it up, and I have to make a sound. And when I make the sound, in fact, the books can come to me. It's like this. If I make the sound, yeah. So when I make a sound, the scrolls are coming to the table. Scrolls are coming.
Beautiful.
But the birds are singing a song too. They're all making like chirping and robin sounds, and the bird song. Lots of song here. And the bird song connects me with them, and I'm fully one.
Beautiful.
So some of the birds are opening the scrolls, and it's ancient information. But they have access because I am of a bird frequency.
Is there anything in particular that the birds want to show you in those scrolls?
Talking about the chakras and how each song, bird song, is related to each chakra. And telling me that there is much more than I already know. There are much to connect the higher chakras and the lower chakras. And with bird songs, they can initiate the different higher chakras that are part of the portal that I can create So I created the vortex that goes up, and I created the vortex that goes down into the water to make it spin.
Mm-hmm.
But it's part of the spinning of the water and the bird song and the smell of the rose that activates these new chakras.
What's the significance of the rose?
It's divine energy.
Mm-hmm.
The energy of source under the angels.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the bringing of new senses to the planet. It's like this is old information that has been accessed, that is being ready to brought to the planet now. And part of Naomi's job is to access this information to bring it to the planet now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a new sense that is coming to the planet that many people will smell.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be activated, and it's activated through bird song and bird energy.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. And what will this new sense of smell give to us? How will it help us?
This is a new gift to the planet. It is activating of what we had in the Himalaya millennia ago. We had all our senses operating. There were many, many senses. They were not the seven. They were closed down.
Mm-hmm.
We had as many days of the week and as many days of the year as senses. They are what being gifted back to the planet now, that there are more senses to be awakened.
Beautiful.
It's through the birds.
Mm.
Are instrumental in this.
And you said that the birds were 10th dimension?
Well, the pelican is
Mm-hmm.
not sure what's happening with the others.
Mm-hmm.
The bluebird is two-dimensional, but not quite, because it's I'm watching it flying. It's like a cartoon character.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But there's birds here that I've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they are. They're all sorts of different colours and got headdresses, but I don't know that I know what they are. One is telling me that it's called topaz, but I don't know that bird. There's a kingfisher. They're all blue. They're nearly all blue. They've got bits of blue in them. And apparently that's significant, that the blue is significant. It's the same blue as my wings as a nymph. It's the same blue, but a deeper, denser colour version of that.
Mm-hmm.
Mine were pale in my wings,
Mm.
more like kingfisher blue, or there's this, as I look around, they've all got this blue in their feathers somehow.
Mm. And have these birds been around humanity for a long time?
Yeah, but they've gone off into another dimension, but they're ready to come back.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Are they what we might call the blue avians?
It's of the same energy, but yeah, I'm hearing yes, it is.
Okay. Very good.
Oh, my robes have now turned the same colour. So it's
Ah.
something has happened,
Hmm.
my robes are the same colour, and I look down and I have not yellow feet, but I have bird feet.
Hmm.
So something
Okay.
has happened that I'm not sure what's happened, but it's like I'm now
Changed. Hmm.
informed.
So just before we move forward, the monk, what dimension was the monk?
Again.
10th dimension. Okay. So you've changed from the beautiful robes and you've become more like the birds.
Yeah.
Hmm. Wonderful.
I'm looking down on myself and I look like a blue tit. I look like I'm looking at myself and asking, but I look like a blue tit. That's what I look.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. And do you have a name?
I am Rhodes. I am Rhodes, who Naomi has been seeing in her garden. I am Rhodes. So Rhodes is already in her garden. So who she is talking to in the garden is another aspect of herself.
Mm.
Is as a robin. If she talks to Rhodes, he is another aspect of herself.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm aware of a tunnel. It's a very, very dark tunnel ahead of me. It's a tunnel I've seen before, and it's a tunnel that takes me into another universe, and I'm very aware that I've done this tunnel so many times. Sometimes appears as a death tunnel into going into other universes. Other times I've done it on the back of Aslan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's about to happen this time. I know that it's a start of something going into something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm aware of all the birds behind me. All the birds are like they do in the end of the summer in the planet, and they get ready to move on. The birds are on a wire behind me, getting ready to move on. I'm still in bird form, so we are ready to fly in formation. I'm at the front and I'm leading the formation for a while, and we're ready to fly all in formation. We're ready to fly in a triangular formation somewhere else.
Beautiful.
Oh. It's like the end of the tunnel has got like a glass dome at the end of the tunnel, so we look out onto the universe. And there are lots of other winged creatures. There are lots of other white winged creatures coming with us. They want to join with us.
Mm-hmm.
The swans, flying horses. There's white beings that I don't know. There's blue beings that I don't. I'm just aware of them.
Mm-hmm.
They want to come and journey with us. They're all on my right hand side though. There's nothing on my left hand side. The birds that we are forming are, well, I'm aware of their formation, but they're joining us from the right hand side of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the left hand, it's quite dark, the left hand side of the universe. The right side is becoming quite bright with all these white beings and blue beings and light beings coming, but I'm very aware of there's a dark side here on my left hand side.
Mhm.
It's sort of quite dense, and it's like smoke. It's like a consciousness of bellowing something. It's moving, and it's dark.
Mhm.
So we're trying to push the darkness away because it's trying to enter into our triangle.
Mhm.
Blown yet, but it's like billowing smoke or a thunderstorm cloud.
Mhm.
Like these beings have come to assist me and the birds, all these other white beings have come to assist us. They're so bright that you can't look to your side because it's so bright on the right hand side, which is making the dark look so dark.
Mhm.
Mm. Um, the dome is opening. The dome is opening. It's so bright, so bright. Oh, it's like huge source energies just coming over us. It's just so bright. So I explain what I'm seeing is source as I open the doors of this dome, source energy light is just so bright coming through to us.
Mhm.
We haven't moved yet, but um, it's like it's like cast like a gossamer veil over the darkness, if that makes sense. Curtain
Mhm.
come down, and it's like so bright that it's like there's a gossamer curtain stopping the darkness coming through.
Mhm.
And then these beings are getting whiter and whiter, so it's the whole sky is full of source energy.
Mhm.
You feel the heat of the source energy. Again, there's a smell. It's a smell of rose again.
Mhm.
Smell of rose. So when source energy comes in, the smell of rose, a smell of rose and like frankincense.
Mhm.
It's a mixture of the two. If you
Beautiful.
the one side it's rose, move to the other side it's frankincense.
Mm.
It's just source energy everywhere. It's just source light. It's just wonderful.
Mm. Just allow yourself to breathe that in.
Mm.
Breathe that into every atom, every molecule in Amy's body,
Mm.
every organ.
Mm. Beautiful.
Mm. Good.
Mhm. The flying horse has given me the nod. Right?
Does the flying horse have a name?
It's part of the Pegasus consciousness.
Wonderful.
I'm asking it its name. Seems a bit weird, but it's calling itself Matilda.
Matilda. Mm-hmm.
She's saying it's its nickname because she can't give you its proper name because it's so divine.
Uh-huh.
She'd rather we called her Matilda.
That's perfect. I understand.
She's given me the nod, but she's told me to wait, just to hold back. Something's coming in with more birds, and they're bringing in you know, like when you have a banner from a plane, and words on it. Well, this is a banner that's flying across the sky, but the banner is rainbow. And we're waiting for the rainbow to come in. The rainbow is coming across like the universe sky. So it's like cosmos I can see all around it. Says black. It's not, it's navy blue. It's like a very dark navy indigo blue. And there's white stars everywhere. And I'm aware that we're out in the universe. Okay. Sky, it's still very dark on the left-hand side. There's a gossamer curtain. And then this rainbow is being pulled by, there's a bunch of, who are they? They're the green parakeets of the healing temples that Naomi knows about. They're coming in and they're bringing in, so the parakeets are bringing in this rainbow banner. And they're the green parakeets that she knows very well.
And what is the role of the green parakeets?
They assist people go to the healing temples, the green healing temples. There are different dimensions to Earth. They were once on Earth, but they have ascended. There's still some in the Himalaya. There's green ones and white ones and black ones on the Himalaya. So the green ones are healing temples that you can go inside. The parakeets will lead you to it onto flying carpets. White ones are, it's all about negativity. So the white ones are keeping balance. And there's black pyramids in the Himalaya, but they've all been covered up with snow because they have moved dimensionally. The Himalayas are the portals to access these places as well.
And what's the function of the black pyramids?
To take negativity from the planet.
Right.
Everywhere on the planet originally. And then things have happened on the planet. So they have now masked themselves as mountains in the Himalaya. They are also what you would call volcanoes. And they are actively removing negativity from the planet. They do it in the Himalaya, but they do it in a different form now.
Beautiful.
Many of the white pyramids and their crystals, they're keeping the balance on the planet. So the black ones are still active in the Himalaya, which is more 10th vibrational than the rest of the planet. And they are still working, but in crystalline form in the Himalayas. Whereas on the planet itself, there are volcanoes that are getting rid of negativity on the planet, and there are volcanoes underground that are clearing negativity from the sea. And they are becoming more active. They're working very hard to release negativity from the planet. It has become so dense now that many of the volcanoes are exploding because they can't filter what they were designed to do. So the filters are what are blowing. They're blowing the top off their filters. Charcoal, there's a layer of charcoal in each volcano. Charcoal is what is filtering the negativity, and every so often the charcoal absorbs so much of this negativity it just blows its top. Which is why most of the pyramids from the planet have gone into a different dimension, so they can do the work in another dimension, but still do the work.
Beautiful.
For a while, we're going to take Naomi to a planet that she is from. It's one of her dimensional selves, and the planet is about negativity and releasing negativity from the planet. It feels that this needs to be shown at this time.
Mm-hmm.
She has been here before. She has been to this planet before, and to see how they work with this little mining. This is where the organs come from. This is where orgonite comes from for the planet. This is the planet organ, and Naomi has experienced the organites recently. They're coming to her with their medallions, and their medallions are to be given out to people to help them release negativity from themselves and for the planet. But she has been to organ itself, which is where these organ beings are from. This is the planet organ, and they work tirelessly, working for the negativity of the planet. And this is where you get organs from. That is becoming new on the planet. You have orgonite triangles, and it's from the knowledge of these organs that this is coming from. And this is helping the planet to clear much negativity of the Wi-Fi fields and 5G and 4G and all of those frequencies.
Wonderful. I know somebody who'll be very excited about this information.
So they should. It is new information to the planet, and it is being filtered through by the people of the planet organ. We now take, we're now on our back. Wow, everything's purple. So I'm now back being, I'm now back being a bird. Like something happened then. I don't know what happened. It was like something took me off what I was saying. Don't know what happened there, but I know it was information that was needed. Like it's like a trance within a trance, if that makes sense. Okay, so now I'm back with the birds and there's excitement. We are all in formation ready, and we're ready to go. We're flying. We're flying in formation through the cosmos. Wow, and there's swans with us. There's lots of swans flying with us. It's like the swans are on the outer edges of us. We are all information. Birds are with me, and then and as I look to my side, I'm leading the birds, and to my side are swans flying with us. And seagulls, all white beings, all white birds flying with us.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's wonderful. There's such a sense of freedom as we fly. And you can hear all our wings flying. You can hear the wind flying with us. Such a familiar part of me as I'm doing this. It's so familiar being a bird. So happy being a bird. There's such a sense of freedom. It feels that I'm on the planet to do work, but I'm so bound in my human body. I need wings. If I have wings, I could do this extra work.
Yeah, how wonderful to know that you do have wings. Let's just allow that sense of freedom and fluidity to move through every cell of your body, every atom, every molecule of Naomi's body, feeling that sense of flow, freedom, and fluidity.
I can hear the song Lynyrd Skynyrd's Freebird being playing. I can hear the music, and it's taking me into many journey. When I hear this music, it does something to me. This piece of music, some connection to this piece of music with me. We're just flying in the cosmos, and everything is around us. I can see planets, I can see colours, there are lots of sort of formations of planets and wonderful. Something white ahead of us, a white planet. I can see a white planet ahead of us, and I'm not sure, but we're flying towards that planet. It looks like the Earth, but it's not quite the Earth. So there's like, it's a much whiter version of the Earth. The Earth normally, when you see the Earth, looks quite blue. This is like, it's got blue, but it's got the same features of Earth, but it's like white. A whiter version of, I can see two Earths. There's a blue Earth here, and there's a whiter Earth. Like the same, like two sides of it. It's like one side is Earth that I know, and then the other side is a whiter version, but they are one side. So if you can imagine a ball, one side is one side, and one side is the other. There's something in the middle. There's something different that I can't. Like there's a ring around the outside as well. So I'll try and explain what I'm seeing. So there's an Earth that is like we always know an Earth looks like. There's a white Earth that has the same features, but it's much whiter. Yeah. But not joined together, because in the middle is like a big ring. A ring, and that looks like the flattened Earth as well. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's what I can see, and that's what we're flying towards. Yeah, it's not flat. It's like you know, a ring when you throw to the sea if someone falls into the water. Like that goes around the middle.
Right.
Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
But they're all separate, but one. And it's physically separate, as well as being, yeah. Okay, so that's where we're heading.
Wonderful.
Pardon?
Wonderful. Let's see what this is about then. What can we learn?
So the bluebirds are bringing the rainbow, so they're ahead of us. They're still bringing, there's bluebirds with the bluebirds with, so it's quite strange because the bluebirds are still two-dimensional, but also there are the green parakeets pulling this. It's like a sleigh now. Sleigh of the rainbow. So it's like a Father Christmas's sleigh. I think it's so heavy that it needs to be. There's so much of it that it needs to be put into something. Does that make sense? And so they've got the parakeets are where Santa's reindeer should be.
Mhm.
The bluebirds are ahead of that. They're ahead of that, but they're still two-dimensional. So they don't seem to be pulling anything, but they seem to be ahead of it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And the swans are now they're not flying anymore. They're swimming.
Mhm.
It feels now that we've come into water,
Mhm.
into the Earth's density, and it's water,
Yep.
not we were flying before.
Mhm.
Now we're coming into water, and so there's a feeling of water. And the swans are swimming. And I could feel droplets of water on my head. There's droplets of water. It's very like drizzle. That's what
Mhm.
I'm aware of. That we're coming into a different density. It's water density.
Mhm.
Coming to come through something that has changed the atmosphere. Um, Something different,
Mhm.
dense. It is water, but it's something denser than that. I'm conscious of water drizzle and feeling of denseness. And as I'm coming in, my chest is beginning to hurt. As I come closer to the earth.
Mhm. To just relax and allow any sensations to take you more and more relaxed. They don't have to affect you in any way. You can just be aware of that density without feeling that impact on your body. Very good.
So we're heading for the white version of Earth. We're heading for that side of it. I've just heard someone say that's where we're going.
Wonderful.
So the bluebirds and they've gone ahead. So the bluebirds and the parakeets have gone ahead with the sleigh. And they're going around the middle where that they're going around the middle of the earth with this rainbow. Does that make sense?
Perfect.
They're putting this rainbow, they're wrapping the earth around the middle where this sort of flattened earth was. They're putting a rainbow around the middle, and they're wrapping the whole of the earth in this rainbow. Just around the middle, not to the ordinary version of the earth and not to the white version of the earth. It's around the middle of the earth. They're wrapping and watching the rainbow just being wrapped, and they're going round it and round it with this sleigh. And we've been told to wait a while. We've been told to wait.
Wonderful.
And now we're allowed to go. So we're now allowed to go to the white version of the earth. We're allowed to go, we've had permission to go. And permission came from Source. Source gave us permission. I don't know how I know that, but I know that Source has given us permission to do it. Everything's just gone white and gold, and I can't see anymore. It's like we've gone into another density. Yeah, it's the only way to describe it. It's as we're flying towards what was to be the earth, everything has just gone golden white. I can't see. We're still flying, but we're flying with our own navigation systems now. So we can't see anything, but we know we're flying towards something. But everything has gone light around us and golden. But we've got our own navigation systems, so we know we're flying to the right destination.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm aware of lots of swans around me. There's swans and swan princesses all around me. I'm very aware of that now.
Beautiful.
And the rose energy is the swans as well. So the princesses are of the same smell and the same frequency as what I was smelling earlier. They're little princesses that are in the swans. They've got a coronet on. I've seen these before. I've seen them. I know of them. And they're with me now. I can see them, but they smell the same rose energy. Rose quartz has the same smell, apparently. It's the same smell. It's a very, very pure, high energy. I can smell it. Everything smells of rose, and there's so many swans with me and swan princesses that all you can smell is rose.
Beautiful.
It's pink there. They're coming in pink, so there's a pink colour coming in as well. It's pink, but it's not pink. It's a metallic pink. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Metallic pink that is surrounding me with this smell. We're still flying, but I'm aware on my right hand side of this other colour. It's like we've had a theta green tick to go in and give this to the planet. It's like the green tick is there to say that can come to this white planet now. So the white Earth is ready to have this. It's not. We're allowed to go there in our collective form, is what I'm understanding. So as a collective form, we're allowed to go to this very white other side of the planet, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
We're going through, we're nearly there. Oh, and the white is gone now, and we are nearly in the planet's atmosphere now. And we're all flying onto a mountaintop. There's a mountaintop that we're all flying to. I'm not quite sure where we are. There's green everywhere, but I can see around there's what looks like the earth as I know it, but it's slightly different colours.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is much brighter and bigger and more beautiful in colour. So the green is like velvet. The grass feels like velvet. It's all got a different, it looks the same, but when you get closer to it, it's not. The grass feels like velvet. I don't know why I can feel it because I'm still high, but everything is, and the flowers have got a warmth to it. It's about different sensations. I've got different sensations, and I've got all of my different senses now. All the senses I'm aware of, all my other senses. Everything, as I'm smelling the colours and hearing the vibrations, it's like everything is topsy-turvy in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful though. It's a really beautiful place. we've come ahead as the birds to, I just know this, I just know that we've come ahead as the bird collective frequency to do something to the planet before there's people on it. There's no people there now.
Wonderful.
They're still in this ring, and they're still in this, what I know as Earth.
Mm-hmm.
We've come to do something beforehand. I'm not quite sure what it is. We're still high on the mountain top at the moment, but I don't know what's happening yet. It's like it's like that we are, from our bodies, we are giving like glitter.
Mm-hmm.
And this glitter is dropping different things. I don't know what it is, but I can see glitter coming from our consciousness. And it's coming from a high mountaintop, but we're to fly around and to scatter this glitter because it's needed.
Mm.
I'm just going to go down to see. I'm just going to go like on. I was one of the birds that are supposedly fictitious from Noah. One of the doves went off the ark.
Mm-hmm.
This is me. I was one of the doves that did the testing out the new Earth, and I'm also, as I am now, going back to test the another version of the new Earth to see if it's ready for people to inhabit again, as did in Noah's time.
Mm.
So I've just gone down just to test the Earth. I've done this quite a few times before on different planets and different universes, just to test whether it's all right for another life form to be on there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting the green tick now, the
Beautiful.
beta green tick that's coming from source. So the green tick is coming from source, and I know that that's okay. And I just know that it's new energies onto the planet.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
We're all on the top of this mountain, and we're all resting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as I look down now, the rainbow is causing, it's something has happened to the rainbow edges, and it's causing unicorns to appear around the Earth. They're becoming rainbow unicorns.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going around the Earth too.
Wonderful.
It's all quite bizarre,
Mm-hmm.
but in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and then I saw them as horses first of all, like Pegasuses, but now as I look, they have got horns, and
Mm-hmm.
they're apparently like 3D awakening horns, and so they have come to the planet to prod people into reawakening.
Mm-hmm.
They touch people's third eye. That's what causes people to awaken.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
I'm just aware of us all in the trees. We're all in the trees on the top of a mountain. I can't see any more than that. It's like we've done what we had to do.
Very good. And is this journey now complete?
Yes, I think it is.
Okay.
I think it feels like it's done. We're resting on these trees, and it feels like, oh yeah, we've accomplished what we've had to do.
But just allow yourself to feel that wonderful sense of completion, accomplishment, that you've fulfilled your mission. And just bring that wonderful sense of achievement, satisfaction, fulfillment into every cell, every atom, every molecule, every organ of your body as may be. And you can rest and relax. Knowing that you have fulfilled another wonderful mission. And let's call in Naomi's higher self. So can we speak to Naomi's higher self?
The message that I can hear is that you're at one with the birds, and listen to the birds, because when you listen to the birds, you are listening to yourself, because you are so much part of that frequency. And remember what has happened to you on your time in this incarnation with the birds, and your relationship with them, and what is happening now. And they and you will be very much part of a oneness together.
Beautiful.